everybody and welcome back to Ben Park's The Extra Mile, where today we'll be having a look at this, the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, Saucony's latest shoe in their plated lineup. We're going to go through all the facts and figures and give you my full impartial review. So sit back, relax, let's get this video done. Before we get started, please check out my website, benparks.com, where you'll find the latest and greatest training plans to help with your running. Thousands of 5-star reviews from runners all around the world. Some amazing gear, the best training hats, and some technical gear to help you with your training as well. Feel free to use code YouTube for 10% off your order as well. So thanks for joining us for another review video here on the channel. As with all my videos, we'll be splitting this up into various sections, chatting about all the facts and figures about the shoe, my likes, my dislikes, who's this shoe suitable for, and then finally my conclusion, is it going to be going into my rotation? As always, I bought the shoe 100% with my own money, with no affiliations with any retailers or Saucony themselves, just me giving you my completely impartial review. Right, let's get stuck into the facts and figures. So first things first, this shoe cost me £165, which is around about 160 US dollars. Seems to be a little bit cheaper in America, or about 190 euros. They're the prices we're seeing. Stack height, 36mm at the back, 28mm at the front, giving an 8mm drop overall. And the weight is coming in, oh, it's been so good to say this, 270 grams for me in my UK size 12. Very, very lightweight. It's a neutral shoe, and in terms of the purpose, very much a all-around training shoe. So your speed sessions, your tempos, your racing, 5k, 10k, half marathon up to marathon distance. There really isn't much this shoe can't do. The upper is this lovely perforated mesh material, and there's a gusseted tongue inside the shoe as well. We'll put up some better footage of that. The midsole is Saucony's own PWR Run foam. It's identical to the Pro shoe here, this pink one. The plate in this one is a nylon plate, so really not that stiff. Whereas in something like the Pro, it is extremely stiff. Talking about the plate in the Speed, it has been updated, a slightly different style, but it's still this sort of S-shaped plate in here. In terms of the outsole, you've just got this rubber material, not a lot of it, keeping that weight nice and light, but it's still good enough for pretty much all conditions. Again, we'll touch on that later on. There are different widths available if you want to get them on Saucony's own website. For me, the width in the shoe was pretty good. It was actually quite wide, and you can see I've had to lace it quite tightly down the middle there. I had a lot of issues with version 2 of this shoe with some overheating and some hot spots, but it's good to have that extra width in the shoe because I haven't had any issues at all with this one. And finally, it was true to size for me in my UK size 12. So let's have a chat about the differences between version 2 and 3. Well, basically there are just two. It is slightly wider through the midfoot of the shoe, and also they have this redesigned nylon plate. A lot more comfortable for me than version 2. I had a few hotspot issues with version 2. I may have had a faulty shoe. I never got around to fully investigating it, but super comfortable in this one. Really liking those new updates. Quickly guys, if you are finding this video useful, please smash that like button and answer today's question of the day is how important is weight for you when choosing a shoe? Some of the Nike shoes are really on the heavy side, and this beautiful Saucony shoe, lovely and light. I'd love to know your thoughts. Right, back to the video. So let's have a chat about the likes. The first one, it is so versatile. You can do pretty much anything in the shoe that you want to do. Your speed sessions, your racing, your tempos, whatever you want to do, marathon distance, half marathon, there really is nothing you can't do in this shoe. I suppose an all-out recovery run, it's not perfect, you can get something else. But if you're looking for a one-trick pony that has a plate, if you're someone that likes to have a plate in their shoe, then this really is one of the very best options out there. If you're a bit on the fence about getting a plate, you'd like something like the Asics Nova Blast without a plate, then yeah, it's definitely worth trying. A really good entry into the market for someone looking for their first plated shoe. My second like is the lightweightness of this shoe. 270 grams is it's up there with sort of like some racing flats or something, or some track spikes. My other favorite shoe at the moment, the Puma Deviate 2, is coming in around about 40 grams less than that. And the other main one in the market, the Nike Zoom Fly 5, it's about 100 grams lighter than that. And you really notice that difference. So big tick here from Saucony for delivering that lightweight shoe. The only real sacrifice is the lack of not great grip on the bottom of the shoe and some slight durability issues possibly. We'll come on to those later on. My third like in the shoe is the stability. I'm really liking this slightly wider base they have in the shoe and how it's combined with the S-shape shape nylon plate as well. Go around corners, you just feel super confident, really planted there. I really like what they've done with the plate in this shoe. It's not quite as stiff as the outgoing model, but I think it's going to suit far more of your everyday runners, your casual runners, people who are running 2, 3, 4 times a week, taking that first step into the market to get themselves a plated shoe. Let's have a chat about some of the dislikes or potential dislikes for runners out there. Now, as I've just said, I'm really liking this slightly less stiff plate. I think it's going to appeal to a lot more people, but some people really like a stiff shoe, and if you do, you may be more suited with something like the Puma for your everyday training, which is just a little bit stiffer there. Because comes with that is it really isn't an all-out race day option. Now, if you are particularly fast to run, you're super strong and you're out there doing loads of miles, you're probably going to have something like this ready to go for your race days. But as I say, for a lot of people, this is just going to be fantastic, but clearly it's not going to be quite as fast as your dedicated race day option. Now, I've got a couple of concerns with the outsole. When I was running in the rain, it wasn't quite as grippy as I would have liked, again, as the Puma shoe there. And I just think it's just going to wear down quite quickly. So I'm not going to get some big mileage in this shoe. I'm going to take this up and hopefully do 200, 300, 400k in it. A lot of my training for Valencia Marathon. There's a few little bits of wear and tear on that outsole that we're starting to see already. So yeah, just a few concerns there for the long-term durability of the shoe. And my final dislike, well, it's not really my dislike, but I'd love to get your opinion on it though, is the colorway options. There's a lot of sort of negativity online. People saying they're not enjoying the options. We'll put some of the other options up on the screen now. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think of the Saucony colorway options out there? I don't mind them, I think they're okay. So who is going to benefit from a shoe like this? Well, for me, it's someone, a bit of a weekend warrior, someone that's going out 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. They may already have a sort of an all-round shoe and they want something just to take their running to the next level. Maybe they're not looking for something, an all-out racer, they haven't got quite the budget for something like that, but they want something that's going to perform on race day. Whatever distance you're doing, your 5, 10, half marathons, you could really go longer with this. This foam will really look after your legs. A shoe that you could really get on day one of your marathon training plan, go all the way through and do the race in it as well. Very, very much highly recommended. In terms of is it going to my rotation? 100% yes. I've loved running this shoe, love the lightweightness of it. So that's it guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another review. If you want to see my thoughts on the Puma Deviate 2 as well, then check out the dedicated review of that. And I've got a combined review chatting about the likes of both these shoes and the Nike Zoom Fly 5 at the same time, a good comparison video over on the main channel. So I'm off to make some more videos. As always guys, let us know what's happening in your world with your running and keep on getting it done out there on the roads and on the trails as well. And we'll see you in the next one.